So you got to be grateful for the moment that you
For
have in
sure. 'Cause
3 years.
then 3
Yeah.
years from now, it's not gonna be as good as that moment.
So then shit, how do we turn that around? Because it really does,
No,
does
because
get,
we're good now.
I'm
We're good now.
spiraling, I'm spiraling. No.
It's good now.
This moment is good.
This moment is great. Unqualified, unsolicited, and totally honest opinions on midlife. I've been finding with a lot of my friends, we're in these midlife years, we're starting to stress. And I know I'm having a lot of anxiety lately and about like, oh my God, college. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with my life? And it's just all this stuff. I don't know if guys are feeling it as much.
Always.
Yeah, always. And
I mean, I don't speak for every dude on the planet, but I think you'd be pretty spectacular human if you were immune to stress or anxiety.
yeah, and I feel like in midlife, it's starting to come up more because it's just when kids get older, it's more big things, right? It's college, is this, it's like, have I raised my kids to be good
Right.
human beings and adults and they're about to flee the nest? And I mean, we're not there yet, but you're just thinking about all these things. And I heard something from my friend a couple years ago that I just wanted to remind myself of and also share. And it is so true. And it is in 10 years from now, you will look back at these times and be like, that was really good. So even when we're stressed or we're like, how are we going to get through this? And that goes for body, looks like our
Yeah.
skin, because I
Yeah.
think we're all, and I know you are a superhuman and you're out there running in the barn with Carson and his friends and running around, but you're like, dang it, my legs and this. But in 10 years, that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I just turned 50 this past summer, and my mom, I was talking to her about how I felt old, and she goes, "Oh, you're so young," you know,
yeah.
and it's perspective. Yeah,
Very good perspective.
yeah.
And when I heard that from my friend, it was like over a year ago and it keeps ringing through. It's kind of one of those things that is that reframe when I start to feel like, oh, my body, oh, I'm old, or oh, I need to do Botox, or I'm just kind of judging myself. It is that instant reframe and sets me into gratitude of where I am right now.
100%. I think you have to prepare and think about tomorrow, but live for today and live in the moment of today because that is the moment you have. Um, I think we could do better jobs of preparing some things for tomorrow. We do live very much in the moment, you and I, but I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. It's really, but I just, with my friend, just when I'm hearing people say that, I'm like, hey, just remember this. Like, especially your body. Like, sure, it doesn't look like it did when I was 20, but when I was 20, was I like, damn, I should be in a swimsuit all the time.
Yeah, girl.
I don't feel like I feel like I was like, well, there's always something, always
Sure.
something. And I just love those things that are those good kind of like shake you up and go, wait a minute, life is good. Like,
Well,
A, you're
I think
alive.
when we think about like our parents, just looking at our parents and just some of the issues that they're dealing with memory or mobility and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic that we can move around like we do and think clearly still, and you have to appreciate that. That's a biggie.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I always appreciate it. Like you were saying, I got more aches and pains nowadays that I never ever had, and like you start to go like, oh, just the ability to walk or bend.
Yeah.
That's
And so when you kind of have that reframe, and I'm always a big proponent of gratitude because that is the instant,
yeah,
like when you're spiraling, or just if you're just feeling in a funk, gratitude is the quickest thing that will take you out of it. And we have so much to be grateful for. I went to lunch with my friend yesterday, Ashley, and she was saying that her husband just turned 50. Colin just turned 50.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't get an invite. Did you guys not have a party? And she's like, no, because it's busy time of year. And she goes, and honestly, he is just so grateful because a couple they moved, but in their old area they had like a group of 6 of them, and she's like 3 are divorced and one of the husbands died, like
Yeah.
had cancer and died. And so he was just like, honestly, I just feel lucky. And it's awful when things like that come up, and like those, that's a reframe because you're like, well, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I have a good marriage, all these things. But I think it doesn't need to have that. It's that reminder of that in 3 years, heck, 3 years, we'd be like oh, we were good. I was moving more. I looked good. So it just kind of reminds me,
Yeah.
and it is that
Yeah.
instant. And then I go into that gratitude space. And I wanted you to share, because I think this is such a good also on this topic of when you did that series with billionaires, like at the end of the
The
day,
regrets.
well, that no matter their walk or where they came from, kind of your huge takeaway from that. If you can share that, because I think that's a really good thing too, of the people that, like, we all kind of have these life goals and all these things we want. And, but your takeaway from,
Yeah, I don't know if that's in line with our thesis for this episode or whatever, but I did a series with a lot of high wealth individuals just talking about their lives, men and women, and mostly older. And their number one regret for all of them is that they didn't spend enough time with their kids.
yeah,
Across the board, hands down, number one. And these are really, 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 really wealthy, successful people. And that was theirs. To me, which, to me, who's someone who's not like super financially successful, but I do feel like we spend a lot of time with our kids, and I love our time with our kids, and I
yeah,
prioritize our time with our kids. I'm like, dang, we're rich there,
yes. Oh, yeah.
rich. And that's, I think, partly why we built the stuff we did at this house was to have fun with them and help them, like later on in life, hopefully just think back like, oh, wow, like we played a lot. Like you were always out with us playing. So is that in line with what you were asking? Is that,
I think so, because
okay.
it's all the, like, just taking in stock of where we are in midlife, because when people say midlife, I feel like it had such a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty awesome because you care less what people think. You're more mature, you're pretty solid in who you are. You are like more grateful for the most part, and I just feel like it's your give a fuck factor is lower.
I,
It's
I I think maybe because we're getting slightly wiser as you learn, you
yeah,
start to learn that, like it doesn't really matter so much.
right.
But I still think we don't skim over that. Like people do still care what other people think of them. People still do care like how they look. Like that's all still important things. People still do. There's still those concerns. I think we're just more mature, and then we're able to cope with it maybe better. I guess I would say.
Yeah, and I just think we also are like in that place where we're looking into the future where things aren't going to, you're not going up as much.
Shit. I tell you, hitting 50, like as if it doesn't matter. I mean, I could maybe only be, it could be my plan to live to 60 and 30 would have been my halfway. But for some reason, 50 feels like you're halfway,
Yeah.
even though I'm going 104. So I got two more till my halfway. But damn, that's a hard one. That really is. And you don't get any better. And we see it with your mom every day. Barb's mom is 89. She lives with us. She has
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. She battles a lot in a given day. And just her ability to move and what she can do just drastically declines every day. We joke that we have a 6-year-old living with us.
Yeah.
And so I think our mortality is more present in our daily lives, or for me in my daily life with your mom here, we see it more.
Yeah. It's
Like I think if you hang out with our young kids, you feel young, you feel vibrant. We're still doing all this great stuff. We still got kids in elementary school and middle school. We're young, even though maybe we're not anymore.
I was starting with a glass more half full of like midlife, like, oh, it's not all bad. You just took us to end of life.
Okay. Yes. It's not all bad because we're living for sure. Like we're in a great
Yes.
moment. We do
You're
get to
in a
have,
great moment.
yeah.
And what I was trying to say is that even in this space, it's good to be grateful for where we are, even when it kind of has this
Well, it
subtle negative,
feels like
negative connotation of like, oh, midlife, 50, whoa. And then knowing that when you're 53, you're gonna be really grateful where you were at 50. And then
always.
also in that of wrapping it up with a bow with your show that you did, that series with, here you take extreme, like amazing billionaires that could do afford to do anything you want. Like you think, oh, when you think about life goals and when you're
They hit them all.
forecasting,
Yeah.
they do it all. And then at the end of the day, what is most important is those moments and that time with your family and
Which seems like the easiest moments that somehow sometimes we forget to prioritize.
right. So I'm just saying, like, just kind of those little reframes, like those daily reframes of like, what's really important here? Like, and hey, and like, oh, a month I might be really grateful. I mean, I keep shrinking. Do you like that? I said 10 years and now it's 3 years and now I just a monthed it out.
Yeah.
But it's just a good place. And I say it because I need to hear it. I don't think I can hear it enough because, you get in the life like a hamster wheel and you're just like blah 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 and you're just going through and all of a sudden a year's gone by
Sure.
and then you're like what happened. And so I think when you hear these little things, this is why I love podcasts, this is why I follow certain people on Instagram. I need to be reminded constantly of like, oh yes, it's good, oh yes, focus on the like positive things, oh yes, like this is what's important, because if not, then I'm just like it's kind of like Groundhog's Day.
It's a slippery slope
It is a
into,
slippery slope. And I feel like I'm having the same day over and over again. I'm not feeling grateful. I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm looking forward to when then. And it's like, actually, this is
well,
is good.
yeah, one of the things we do with our kids is like when they're really like negative or down or whatever, we're like, name 6 great things,
Yeah. Yeah.
in your life that and immediately just thinking about it and vocalizing those, you start to go like, oh, our kids don't have to forage for food. I mean, it's here. Like they've got clothes and shelter, and we do same thing. Like we're
Yeah.
very fortunate from that standpoint of like what some other people struggle with. And so, what we might think as we cracked our iPhone. Oh my God, it's an awful day. And you're like, it's a piece of glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. And some people don't even have those things. And we're fortunate to have those. And it's perspective. It's
Yeah.
perspective.
And I just think it's good to be reminded because I need it. I know I need it. And I'm a very positive person by nature. Like I wake up and my glass is half full, but you're running around and it's spilling out the droplets and then it's not half full anymore, but it's like when you're reminded, then you get to pour the water back in.
Yeah. Yeah. I like going back to anxiety and stresses. Financial is always a big one. And that is probably my number one stressor for me.
Yeah.
And I remember I was talking with my buddy Dan one time and I go, man, I always feel like I'm skating on thin ice. And he's like, how many times have you, in reference to financial matters? And he's like, how many times have you broken through? And I was like, well, never. And he goes, well, how thin is it? Right. And it's like in my brain, created the thickness. Right.
Yeah.
Whereas I also in my brain could be skating on it this thick or this thick. I choose it.
Yeah.
And you just have to. Sure, we don't have that huge bank account, but you just have to just go, well, this is enough. This is what we need right now. We're making it, you know? And so it's just the way you are grateful and then the way you set your table
Totally.
to live.
Do you have aging parents and you're still raising your kids? Then welcome to the sandwich generation. It can be super overwhelming, but I've got you. I wrote an ebook that helps you save time, energy, and money. And you can get your copy on thesandwichgen.com/ebook, and it will help you with all the things you need. I know that we, share our stresses. And when I hear my friends, we're all in this together. We all have very similar, our problems might be different colors, but they're all very similar. So I think it just always makes one feel better when they know they're not alone, when they know that someone else is going through this, like just oh God, okay, here I am. And I always need okay, now what? Okay, now, okay. And 3, you get reminded of those things that, okay, I don't feel alone. And then here's how I feel better.
Yeah.
And, because those little nuggets you just plant for yourself. And then you're like, oh yeah, there's those billionaires that weren't spending time with their kids and they got to do everything and go see every like resort and whatever.
Uber smart people, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Weren't smart enough to figure out what their number one regret was going to be. Like
when you're sitting there playing games with your kids and you're stressing about, oh my God, I could be doing this. I could be doing this. Maybe you'll remember that little seed that you heard on today's podcast.
Well, and you say like people like to know that they're in the same boat. We don't. I think in our circle, we don't really talk finances with people or anything like that. And my good buddy, he said one day, he was like, oh yeah, I look at you guys and our other friends that are around my age. And he's like, I'm 15 years younger. And when I get to where you guys are, you're going to have it all figured out. And I go, I don't have it all figured out. And he's like, what? And I go, nah, we're just trying to forage ahead and make our way. And, we're trying to. And he was like, You know, it kind of and then he goes, well, that kind of makes me feel good that I'm 15 years younger
Oh yeah.
and I'm playing with you guys, you know, in the same
Yeah.
sandbox. And I'm like, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't hear it enough, you know, like, I don't know, they don't share enough to be able to say like,
Yeah.
no, you're doing, if you're getting it, like you say a lot, I'm just happy I packed the kids lunch and got them out to school. Like that's a victory.
It
It
was a
really is. Like
victory.
it, take those small ones and cherish them because it compounds, you
Yeah.
know?
And life is a lot. It
Yeah,
is. It really is. And I always try and take on that you never know what else someone else is going through, even good friends. Like you don't know what they haven't shared with you or that something there's holding or they're stressed about something they're not willing to share or whatever. And so I'm just always, because I have stuff, I don't tell everyone everything. Like,
sure.
hey, because sometimes when you talk about it, it makes it bigger. But I always try and think about that with them and just give grace and also try and be as open as I can so they can be like, "Oh my god, me too." Or, and just be like give compliments. Compliments is my
Compliments are great.
favorite thing to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Like if you just text three people, just like, "Hey, just thinking about you. How awesome you are. So grateful for you."
Yeah.
It makes someone's day and it makes it like raises your dopamine levels. Like,
Yeah.
those besides social media and gave you a like, it is a better dopamine level or upper than anything. And it will just raise you. If you ever feel in a slump, I have so many things I do, but giving other people compliments, gratitude. Oh my gosh. It's like, I've talked about this a lot, but the emotional scale, like if you're feeling like humdrum, I mean, there's different terms for it. Humdrum's not on there. That's just what I came up with. And it's people think that they need to like just escalate five emotions. They're just like, I want to feel awesome and I'm down here. That's
Oh, when you say escalate, you mean jump like
jump.
5 tiers of,
Yes.
from I'm somber to I'm in a good mood to I'm happy to I'm excited to I'm, yeah,
Yes. It's like taking it bit by bit by bit. And the things that will get you out are those reframes, are the gratitude, are the remembering that you've heard that billionaires
yeah, they
did
got issues
something,
too.
and the texting someone else, and it just slowly brings you out, and then you get to your place again and like taking your own temperature and being like, okay, do I feel connected? Do you ever feel like that? Because I didn't really realize that until someone brought that up to me. Like, do you feel like because sometimes you feel like just out of alignment, like you're off, like,
Sure.
those days, and you're just like, and then you're just like, what, how you're feeling, you just attract more of it. And you're like, of course I stubbed my toe because my towel's wet and someone left it on the floor or whatever. It's just like that day escalates,
Yeah.
but if you look for the good, you're going to find more good. And anyway, I forgot what I was going with that, but it's just,
I think what you're saying, stop me if I'm wrong, but like if you just land a couple compliments, start thinking in positive ways, you'll slowly build back into the
yes,
positive.
you'll slowly bring back and be more, thank you, be more like feeling connected
Yeah.
and being like, oh, okay.
Well, you dwell on the negative, you're going to be in a world of negativity. And if you dwell on the positive,
Yeah.
it's going to
And
be
I
a
tell
bright
our
shine.
kids that when they
Yeah.
start, if they're like grumpy in the morning, everyone
Yeah.
like, and they just start being grumpy and they're like, "Brr," and then you see one more thing happen to them. I'm like, hey, just so you know, if you keep doing this, more of that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You got to just switch it right now. And I wish I learned that. It's like a radio station or a TV station. It's like if you're watching some crappy ass show and you're like, and then you're just like feeling all the emotions. Like I won't watch some shows anymore. Remember when we watched what's the one where they're laundering money? Ozarks. I
Great
literally
show, but it
great
puts
show,
gives
but I
you
started
yeah.
panicking like you and I were laundering money, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, have to watch something happy afterwards. Anyway, like you take on the emotions of that show. It's a really
100%.
good show.
I think that's just human nature. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like if you're watching that show and you're just getting more of that, you need to change the channel. And change the channel is like raising yourself up bit by bit. And then you won't be, and I'm glad I'm pointing it out that we both pointed out to our kids, because to learn that at a young age, that you can change it. Only you can change it, but you have to change it, because if not, you're just gonna be like, and you see, like I was driving down the cart or errands yesterday, and this woman in front of me, nice car. I'm like, I don't know if she was talking to me, but she was looking in the side view side view mirror. Is that
Yep.
what you call it?
Yep.
Yeah. And she was like, literally mouthed, "Fuck you." And I was like, and I don't know if she was talking to me. I did nothing wrong where you're like, wait, what
Yeah.
no, she's in front of me. I couldn't have cut her off. I'm not on her ass. Like, anyway, but she mouthed that. And I watched her like peel out, almost hit someone. And I'm like, oh, she needs a reframe. She needs to like change that channel. Like, I was like, she's going to hit someone. She's going to hit a flat tire, or she's, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, but literally you're just in that.
Sure, we've all been in the road rage moment,
Yes.
and you're trying.
Well, it's just a good
Yeah.
example because you just get in those fight or flight. I mean, our teen can set me off in that. And nothing can rock my emotional scale like a teenager. And I'm like, I'm good. I did my morning routine.
Yeah.
Life is good. And then love her. It's her job as a teen, I guess. And I'm like, here. And then I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then I have to like slowly, I'll even look to you like, help me out of this. Help. Is it just me? And you're like, no. So that helps a little bit. And then I
Yeah.
just start coming up. But
They're like kittens with claws, man.
yeah,
They're so damn cute, and then they'll cut you.
well, they say that I saw this thing about this therapist posted or something. She's like, when they're young, before they're teens, they're like dogs and they just love you. And they're just like, oh my gosh, just want to be around you. And then after they're teen, they're like cats. And they're like, just want nothing to do. I'm like, oh, so true. It's such a good analogy of our teens. But I love that you and I start one place and we end up somewhere else.
Still in gratitude sphere.
Sphere of gratitude.
But again, so say our teenage daughter is a butt. You can then look at her and go, oh, I still do feel so very grateful that she is in our world, even though she's a butt at this moment, because I know she won't be down the road. And that is one thing that like I keep talking to her when we say that a lot in this is like, hey, you got this moment. This is the moment you're with us. My moment with my parents living in the house where I was living in with my parents seems so long when I was in it, but man, it's so short. If you really think about the years that you can kind of remember and then you're out of the house, it's so fast. And I'm like, oh, what a bummer. You know what I mean? Like I wish you always want to go back and do more. And so I'm, trying to help teach our kids not to be, not to have regrets. But that doesn't mean like hang out with us every waking moment. But it's just, that 5 minutes before school and we're all just sitting at the kitchen counter talking, like, just be present.
Quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over quantity.
But gratitude starts the conversation off in the right spot.
Yeah.
If you start it in, I don't have this for my day, it's probably going to be negative.
Because there's so much. And again, with the stresses of midlife and life just in general, and like, I can spiral, and I do, of like, oh my God, we need to adult more. We don't have this. We haven't done our will. Oh my gosh. There's so much. Yeah. And then I'm like, you know what? It's all going to work out. Like, I'm really grateful we have this. I'm grateful, and I just start going. And then I have my like phone a friend if in case of emergency, or just start slowly bringing yourself up. And then also those reframes of like, you know what? I am just so lucky because in 3 years from now, I'm not going to be able to be as mobile. I'm not, my daughter won't, she will still be here, but she'll be a senior and I'll be like bawling my eyes out every day that she's going to be leaving. You just kind of it will easily, I don't know how to say it in a positive way, but
you just say it's getting worse.
Things won't be better in 3 years.
Okay.
It's now. If that's the way to say it.
But if you're lucky enough to still be around 3 years, you got to be grateful for the moment that you have in 3 years.
Then 3 years from now, it's not going to be as good as that moment.
So then how do we turn that around? Because it really does.
No, because we're good now.
I'm smiling. No.
It's good now.
This moment is good.
This moment is great. And I think that there's just so much stress that in our daily lives, most of us are like surviving.
Yeah.
We're burnout and we're over it.
Okay, here's a couple positives.
This is what makes you go, oh, okay. Like I was just pointing out things that help me go because I hear it. I have been there. I am there.
And it doesn't. Okay, now I'm going to take on the positive side. It doesn't get all worse. We had our kids close in ages because we dreamt of this great holiday with their families and big, and everyone's kind of in the same world together. Like, I really look forward to that. I look forward to the days when we're not working anymore, and like you and I can just fart around and do our hobbies and do our whatnots. Like, that's going to be awesome. We'll maybe move a little slower, but you know what? We'll do it cool. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean,
There is stuff to look forward to.
there's
I don't mean that.
tons.
I don't mean
There's tons.
but I do. What I'm trying to say, and maybe I'm saying it.
Well, but then even the things that you're worried about, you're saying physical stuff. Okay, then start today. Start stretching, start lifting weights.
Yeah.
Start eating better, start taking the right vitamins. Like we've learned how to do this, and as humans, let's not keep repeating the same mistakes. Like start to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Your mom never lifted weights. Your mom never really exercised. My parents walk, but they were like,
Yeah.
you got to do more than that. Walking is how you're going to get to and from and move about your day, but you do need
Right.
to
Yeah.
you need to lift some weights. You need to run. You need, not everyone can run, but put some, strength training in there, put some stretching in there so you keep limber, so you can bend. And then you can go into your 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
fully mobile. There are people that do it. And if you win the lottery and you can do that, it's available, but
Yeah.
you have to start planning for it.
Yeah. So we bookended positivity of now is pretty awesome. And we're reminded of how. And then in the future, there's so many things to look forward to. But just to stay in
Your future will someday be a now, and you should be
Yeah.
thankful for that now.
Exactly. Did that make sense? I think it made sense. I think it did.
Yeah, we're just
Just move up that emotional scale.
trying. Yeah, be grateful. Be grateful.
I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you. Hey, something.
If you loved hanging out with us, hit that follow button and share this episode with someone who could use a little midlife magic. Now go rock the rest of your day.